After 60, your body doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for movement. And the muscles you ignore today may become the weakness that controls your tomorrow. Hello everyone. There is a quiet transformation that begins inside the human body after the age of 60. It does not arrive with pain or warning signs loud enough to demand attention. It begins silently, deep within the muscles, where strength slowly fades from lack of use, rather than simply from age itself. Many people believe weakness is an unavoidable part of growing older, yet modern science continues to reveal something remarkable about the human body. It is constantly adapting to the signals it receives. When movement disappears, the body interprets stillness as a command to conserve energy. Muscle fibers shrink, balance becomes unstable, and even the nervous system starts reducing efficiency because it no longer expects physical challenge. But the opposite is equally true. The moment the body experiences resistance, even gentle resistance, it begins rebuilding pathways that support strength, coordination, and mobility. This process is not about becoming young again. It is about reminding the body that it is still needed, still capable, and still designed for movement. In many ways, strength training after 60 becomes more than physical exercise. It becomes a conversation with the body itself, a message that says, decline is not the only direction the human body can travel, as the years continue passing quietly through time. One of the most underestimated movements in later life is the simple act of sitting down and standing back up. Most people perform it without thought during youth, yet after 60, this movement quietly becomes one of the clearest indicators of independence and physical resilience. The chair squat is powerful because it trains the exact muscles responsible for daily survival. The thighs, hips, knees, and core. These muscle groups support balance, walking stability, and the ability to move confidently without assistance. Scientifically, the lower body acts like the foundation of the entire human structure. When these muscles weaken, the body begins compensating in unhealthy ways, placing more stress on the joints, and increasing the risk of falls. But when seniors repeatedly practice controlled chair squats, something deeper happens beyond muscle activation. The nervous system becomes sharper. Coordination improves, and confidence slowly returns to movement. Every repetition teaches the brain that the body is still capable of producing strength safely and efficiently. There is also something symbolic about this exercise. Rising from a chair without help represents more than physical motion. It reflects dignity, autonomy, and the human desire to remain connected to everyday life, without surrendering basic freedoms that many people only truly value. Once they begin slipping away with age as the body ages, weakness does not only appear in the legs or in balance. It also develops quietly in the upper body, where muscles responsible for lifting, pushing, carrying, and protecting the body begin losing strength through years of reduced movement. Many seniors notice this decline in ordinary moments. Carrying groceries feels heavier, opening doors becomes harder, and even recovering from a small loss of balance becomes more difficult. Wall push-ups may seem simple, but they activate essential muscle groups in the chest, shoulders, arms, and core while reducing unnecessary strain on aging joints. Scientifically, resistance movements like these do more than strengthen muscles. They stimulate blood circulation, improve nerve communication, and encourage the body to maintain healthier metabolic function. The muscles and brain are constantly exchanging information, and movement keeps this communication alive. Without regular challenge, the nervous system slowly becomes less responsive, reducing coordination and reaction speed over time. But controlled strength training reminds the body that it must remain alert and capable. There is also an emotional transformation hidden within these movements. Each push against the wall represents resistance against fragility itself. It teaches the body not to fear effort, but to reconnect with it gradually, safely, and consistently as confidence begins returning through movement, rather than disappearing through inactivity and hesitation. Many people assume that falling is simply a normal part of aging, but the reality is far more complex. Most falls begin long before the moment the body touches the ground. They begin with subtle losses in balance, coordination, and muscular response that develop silently over time. The feet and calves play a critical role in preventing this decline, yet they are often ignored in traditional exercise routines. Heel raises may appear almost too small to matter, but they activate the muscles responsible for stabilizing the body. During standing, walking, and sudden shifts in movement. Scientifically, balance is not controlled by one single system. It is the result of constant communication between muscles, nerves, eyesight, and the inner ear. When these systems stop being challenged, their coordination weakens, and the brain becomes less confident in controlling movement. This is why many older adults begin moving with hesitation, even before actual weakness appears. Regular heel raises help restore this communication by strengthening the calves and retraining the nervous system to react with stability and control. Over time, the body begins trusting itself again. That trust changes posture, walking patterns, and even emotional confidence. Movement becomes less fearful and more natural, allowing seniors to reconnect with a sense of freedom that often disappears quietly when balance starts fading with age. The true power of strength training after 60 is not found in heavy weights or extreme physical effort. It is found in consistency, because the human body responds to repeated signals far more than occasional intensity. Small movements performed daily begin creating changes deep beneath the surface of the body. Muscles become more active, joints move with greater ease, circulation improves, and the nervous system regains efficiency that inactivity slowly takes away. Science continues showing that the body remains adaptable far later in life than many people once believed. Even in older age, muscles can strengthen, balance can improve, and mobility can return when the body is given the right stimulus repeatedly over time. But there is also a psychological transformation that happens alongside the physical one. Strength training reminds older adults that aging does not mean becoming useless or disconnected from life. Every controlled movement becomes proof that the body is still capable of learning, adapting, and supporting independence. This changes the way people think, move, and engage with the world around them. Strength after 60 is not about building an impressive physique. It is about protecting freedom in everyday life. Walking without fear, rising without assistance, carrying simple things with confidence, and continuing to participate fully in the ordinary moments that quietly give human life its deepest meaning.